wrestlers with open arms. In the heat of the struggle, we feel no harm. Through the fingers grip like steel sharp. Together we thrive like a thunderstorm.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh,
You guys feel better than
It
I
is
do?
going.
I feel like shit today.
I'm with you.
I think I've been working out too much.
I got my car fixed this morning, so I'm just a happy camper today.
Oh, that's good. What was wrong with it?
Yeah. The cylinder was misfiring, so I did all the plugs and
Oil
ignition
pack?
coils this morning with my grandpa.
Yeah.
No, it's just spark plugs. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good. I wish the chat would screw off. Our chat's going nuts right now. I don't know why it's coming up on my computer.
Our chat's going nuts?
Yeah, Mike Schaff talking about Cody's birthday or something. I think that's what it's all about. I just looking down quickly and seeing it. So
Oh, the Red Deer chat. Yeah,
the Red
okay.
Deer chat. Yeah.
I think about the YouTube chat.
No. We got the Drew in the house. We got Thomas.
Drew.
Got a few guys. I know that Derek's live. I think Derek's still live. As I tried holding off and not starting at 6, but what do you do? You know?
Yeah.
He's got so many viewers, so they probably won't come here anyway. So yeah, but we'll see. But yeah, lots going on. Yeah, and you guys missed it, but we had Justin Bishop last night. That was actually really good. You know, I like hearing the stories of those guys, you know, hearing about UAL and WAL and, you know, firsthand information.
glory days.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Stupid work. We got to get enough subs that I don't have to work anymore, and then I can be there for all of them.
Exactly. We can do this full time. We'll just be like, just stay on here all the time. We'll train and everything.
That'd be crazy, dude.
Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I've been watching all this drama. I talked about last night a bit.
Yeah, update me. I actually don't know the drama really. I've been busy working and I haven't really been.
It was
caught up.
amazing. It was amazing to hear, but you know, no one was saying anything. I guess Knuckles Up, you know, they got hacked and all that stuff. So apparently they didn't make a lot of pay-per-view buys. So all the arm wrestlers that were promised, you know, hotels, everything. Well, I guess they all showed up and their hotels weren't paid, so they had to pay for them themselves. And it was a nice hotel too. And it was like $500 something, you know, the hotel bill. So they had to pay for it themselves. And then they're all just been sitting back waiting to get paid. So a majority of them, from what I'm hearing. So
which event was that? Sorry,
Knuckles Up, believe it or not.
Oh, really? Huh.
Nick Stone, I guess, was trying to communicate in their chat for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and he was getting sloughed off by them. And then he finally got mad and said, listen, I'm going to go public. So do you want to talk about it? And then they just canceled and shut down the chat, apparently. This is just like what I've heard, right? And
Nick
then,
Stone, or is that Cody Wood?
Yeah, well, Cody Wood did a video too afterwards, but Nick Stone did the initial video, the first one. Yeah.
Weird, their names are kind of similar.
Yeah. And Nick basically just said it's a lot of money, you know what I mean? And it really put him out. And you know, he was expecting payment, but apparently they shut down all communication too, right?
Were they expecting payment just because like they got paid from them before, or they told them they were going to pay them?
Well, they said they would, and I guess even with the hotel, they said the hotel was going to be paid, and then the guys showed up to the hotel, and then they're like, "No, it's not paid," and they were like, "Well, we can't."
Oh, it's like us in Montana with the Gelder thing for a second. Then we realized we were saying the wrong thing.
Oh yeah. Well, we worked it out. Actually, I was good. I was getting in. You guys were the ones. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No, but it worked out anyway. I mean,
yeah.
But it was like that kind of, yeah. But then they had to pay. So, and then anyway, they were promised they were going to get reimbursed for the hotel and everything. But I guess they said, sorry, we got hacked. There's no money. So, like we didn't
They
do
said
the
they got
pay-per-view.
hacked.
Yeah, they said they got hacked in the pay-per-view, but like they like there was no money to pay anybody.
They didn't
So
have any upfront money apparently.
or something, right? So, but I guess the big drama happened when they shut down all communication because I guess the guys didn't want to go public. They wanted to just keep it hush hush. Hopefully they, you know what I mean, they could talk, work it out. But I mean, when they shut down the group chat and they closed off communication, that's when these guys started going public about it, right?
Yeah, which
Well,
I
how
mean,
else are you supposed to
sense.
contact them to get your money, right? If they block you.
Yeah, I mean that's tricky. Just because it's tough when you tell someone you're going to pay them and then you can't. I mean,
Yeah, there's an easy
Yeah.
fix for that. It's just don't
yeah, no, for
don't
sure.
tell them you can do something you can't 100% do already.
I mean, it's
Obviously,
tough.
like
Yeah, it's tough because I know a lot of promoters rely on the pay-per-view buys, but I feel like you should have money other than the pay-per-view buys in case the pay-per-view doesn't perform like you're expecting. Because, like, really, a pay-per-view projection is like only a projection. Like, it can go higher, it can go lower. You're just kind of estimating.
yeah, so you
Yeah.
can't promise to pay everyone based off of a really good
Yeah,
turnout, right?
Dan the Nightmare Schwartz just apologized for those comments I was upset about. So
Oh,
yeah, it's no problem, Dan. Thanks, buddy. You know, it's
What
hard to
comments? Did he call you
oh
stinky or something?
no, it was when me and Dustin Finley were on and we were talking about it was like like an hour and a half later, 2 hours, and we were talking about other shit other than arm wrestling.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, but it's good. It's all good. I just, it's hard to tell what sarcasm is when you're reading it in writing, like typing, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
well, that was good of him, though. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. But yeah, we're good, buddy. No worries.
that new intro song's kind of like busting. Like,
Yeah,
open on. Like,
I
it's
know.
stuck in my head every time I
I
hear it.
know. It's good. I think it should be on
Yeah.
the radio.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. Mhm. It's cool too because I can use a different verse. I can just keep switching the verses too. So,
Yeah, yeah.
that's true. That's true.
yeah. Yeah, I know. I like it. I think we should release a soundtrack. Yeah, Through the Fingers soundtrack. We
Yeah,
almost
that'd
got
be
enough
sick.
hits now. We got like I probably got 12 songs, theme songs now.
Dang,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah. And you know what? What's wrong with having arm wrestling music? I put on the whole folder, I'll put it on play and I'll work out to it now. Because why not? It's Through
Yeah.
the Fingers music.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a genre that no one's hit yet. Arm wrestling music.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing, you never hear arm wrestling music. And it can be anything. It can be hip hop, it can be rock, metal, whatever.
Yeah, true. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And like, I saw a few posts about it, but like, do you think that Knuckles Up is like not going to be reputable from this, or do you think that they're just going to like get eventually pay everybody and be fine, or like, what do you think?
I hope that, what? Like right now, knowing that they have not paid people, any event going forward, I'm not going to be able to watch and support knowing that this guy's not paid. So, like, I think for them and their reputation, and you know what? This could all be just a big misunderstanding too. This could just be a Freeman of funds. Like they were working on. You got to remember they were doing Arnold's too. So they were
Yeah.
all promoting Arnold's, and they were so busy with that. Maybe they just lost the communication because they were so wrapped up in Arnold's, and maybe everyone gets paid, and it was just, you know what I mean, a timing thing. And this is all just a big miscommunication too. I mean, that is possible. And if they make right and pay everybody, you know what? Good on them. Then it's like I take back anything, like. But right now it looks ugly. And I mean,
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
was hoping to qualify for Arnold's next year. I was like, I want to qualify. You know what I mean? We should do an Arnold's qualifier here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, if they're not paying athletes, then I'm not comfortable doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I mean, it's tough too because it's like they'll probably want to put their events before Arnold, so it's like hopefully they can manage to get everything figured out so that they can do Arnold's again next year, or else somebody else may take it over or something like that. Right? So
yeah.
No, it all makes sense. I mean, if you look at it from a different, not a different perspective, but just from a different kind of angle, and just think that you can do something great consistently, and no one will like mention it or really realize it. But you mess up, everyone's watching. So I think it has hurt them in the sense of it's brought
Yeah.
more publicity to them, but it's all bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Well, and
not
the
always.
tough part, yeah, I understand too, because like it's like with anything, you do a million good things and everyone kind of expects it, and then you do one bad thing, and then it really gets amplified. And especially from like a
Yeah.
promotion perspective and with money involved, like you have to be owning up to your word and doing things properly, or else you just become so like unreliable and incredible really quick.
Yeah. And the thing is, we talk about our community being so small. It doesn't take much to really hurt your reputation in our community.
Oh no, yeah, like
Yeah. Like you get destroyed for a long time. You know who they talked about? They were talking about a Canadian that ripped off a lot of people. And how many years has it been? And he still will not be able to come back because everyone remembers. You know what I mean?
A
So
couple guys
Justin
like
Bishop
that.
brought it up last night. Yeah. TAL. Yeah.
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know people's like personally that are affected by that quite a bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We know somebody, that was out a lot more money than the people complaining about losing out on money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, but I mean, they even started a thing. They were calling every time that happens now, they call, oh, you got so and so. You know what I mean? I don't want to say nothing bad about the guy.
Travis Bajan says it
Yeah, he does it all the time. Yeah.
He does say it a lot.
Oh yeah.
And to be fair, I mean, not his intentions were good, but good intentions.
Yeah, but when you
You know?
operate with no actual wallet, and then you're relying on other people, and then you're winging it, just hoping things turn out and you can pay people, that's like crazy shit. That's like gambling with the mafia. You know
I
what
was
mean?
gonna say, like, you at least need like a set plan and a set plan B if said plan doesn't go how you expected.
Yeah.
Like, and like I Knuckles Up, I'm sure they got a lot of stuff going on. I'm not gonna sit here and knock them, but
No,
like
I'm not trying to knock them, but
from like a business perspective, it should be like, okay, we have this. We're hoping this pay per view does this, but then you need like a plan B in a sense of like, okay, but if it doesn't do this, are we still going to meet the minimum requirements of payments that we've told people we can do?
yeah.
Or
Well, see,
that's when you, oh, sorry, but that's when
oh,
you just swallow your pride and you maybe say like, like, hey, and you just communicate and talk to it. And it's like, I can only give you this right now, but at this time, I will do this for you. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, communication is just so important in any aspect of your life. And I think it's crazy that people, when they get like nervous or when things like don't go their way, instead of communicating more, people tend to communicate less.
but some people shut down. Yeah, and that's not the thing to do. And I mean, right now, I mean, Knuckles Up. I don't know what's up. The reason I'm thinking it is shady, and it is the way it sounds, is because they haven't made an address. Like
And
Drew just said. Drew just said it. Why they should make a vid, address the situation professionally, and say their intentions, and then we can move on, right? But they're not. Their silence is not. It's making us all believe that they. You know what I mean? They are screwing these guys over, right?
Oh, who knows? Maybe when they got hacked, someone stole their money. I know it
Yeah,
doesn't make any
maybe.
sense, but
But
let's
I
just
mean,
say if they said that to people, maybe that would make a little more sense. It wouldn't right the
True.
situation, but it would at least give perspective, right?
but you
Yeah,
got to
that's
prove
true.
that too.
Oh, totally,
Yeah.
totally, 100%.
That'd be like if I
And I
owed you
feel like that's
20
a long
bucks,
shot
Zach,
as
and then I
well.
was like, oh, my bank
Oh,
account
no,
got hacked. I
I
can't
wouldn't
pay it.
expect them to tell them without proving
Well,
it for sure.
there's another thing too. Okay, they got a gym. They're opening up this big gym right now. They got other things going on, and they have. And guess what? It doesn't matter if I don't care if all the money got taken.
Yeah,
You
no,
know
it's
what?
their responsibility to pay for it.
It's like I said last night. That event, and you were there, Zach.
Yeah.
We got screwed. The sponsors didn't come through. I had some shady shit happen. I had to go home. I had to go home and grab $3,000 in brown ones, and I just came and I just
Yeah.
started handing them out. You know what I mean? because you know why? I was the promoter. I wasn't gonna, like I had to, right? And everybody know that whole event was a disaster. Even though we had a great time, it was a good event, but it was a disaster financially. But I didn't let people walk away unpaid. Like I had to make sure they were looked after. You know what
No,
I
for
mean?
sure.
Yeah. So
But
it's
here's the
like,
thing, Brian, you have the wallet to be fortunate enough to do
but if
that.
you don't hold events.
You don't do an
Exactly.
event.
That's the point I'm saying with the
Yeah.
whole plan B thing.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
like
yeah.
you need to be like, if everything goes south, what can I do? And to jump back before we go too far ahead on this, one point you made that's good is the thing is like I feel like Knuckles Up was one of the promotions that tried to be first on addressing everything
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yep.
That's another thing that's not helping their case right now is it's like, okay, like they were literally, getting to the point of everything else when like things were going wrong or when like, the whole contracts thing, like they were jumping on that like as fast as they could to kind of get their 2 cents in. But now it feels like it's something directed at them that could be negative towards them and they're really being quiet about it.
Yeah. No, I know. And I mean, the only promoter that I like that just has the kahunas is Sean Hancock. You know what? He took a stand and it really, in some ways it seemed like it could have hurt him. But you know what? He's holding events every month, man. You know what I mean?
You know what? And he does what he says, right?
And
Like,
yeah, and he's one promoter that just if he tells you something, that's just the way it is. You don't have to second guess it or worry or you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I mean, and I think a lot of people make the mistake. They want to get their name big. So they think, oh, we're gonna hold this big event. Things will just work out. It will make lots of money. It's like, well, you got to make
If
sure the
you're
money's
yeah,
there.
if you're getting
Yeah.
into arm wrestling promotions to make money, you're not gonna.
Yeah.
It's like starting a business. It takes 5 years to be profitable or something. It takes a while to be
Might take
profitable.
10 years in arm wrestling because
It
it's
might take
yeah.
right. It's don't expect it to come quick.
Yeah, because the arm wrestling's not a very we don't have arm wrestlers don't have a lot of money, most of them, right? So
Most of their spare money is spent on stupid arm wrestling stuff,
yeah,
man.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard, right? Like arm wrestling, we talked about it last night, though. What we talked about, this is kind of a side note, but Justin Bishop says that he's never, every time he's done a tournament, even he looks at the competitors at the event and he'll try to make side bets. He'll be like, "Yo, if I get you in the bracket, $200." You know what I mean? Shit like that. I mean, we got to start. We should start fucking doing. We seen what the Armbender did and how much money they brought
Yep.
in, just saying, and doing what they did. We should. We really had. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it on the next weekend in Lethbridge.
It's not hard, Brian, because
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, not that like Battlezone didn't throw a ton of money in or anything, but like
Yeah.
John threw $100 on it.
Yeah.
But all I did was make an official post on Facebook. I messaged Jonathan beforehand, so it wasn't like a blindside or anything. But
Yeah.
all of a sudden, boom, that match was for $320.
Yeah.
It's not hard, like, and that makes it more exciting. Like, I don't care what anyone says. When you got money on the match, it's more fun.
Yeah. No, exactly. And not only that, yeah, it makes it more fun. It makes it more fun for the crowd too, because then they see that there's money on the line, right? And then
It's exciting. You know that the people are going to fight harder, and you know
well,
they got something
yeah.
to lose.
Yeah, and we go to the States and we see how hyped and pumped the crowd is there, and the fans are just willing to put their money up, and it's like that's why though, right? So maybe we start doing that, we'll get some more like electricity and more energy in some of our events. We start, getting some money flowing, right? And maybe try to get some rich, talk to our rich friends, everyone, and try to get them to come.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because even, and I'm not saying this in like a rude way, but there's people who are entertaining at the table. There's people who like are more get business done or like, they stick to the plan. And I feel like I feel like in the States of like the Armbender, for example, it didn't matter who you were. The place was going nuts for your match.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it
That
didn't
was
matter if you
crazy.
were entertaining or not. Like they just wanted to see people arm wrestle.
Well, look, Torque Ranch got $3,500.
Yeah, but that's because he's a hometown hero who's been there
He's
forever.
such a nice guy. He's
Yeah,
so humble and nice. But I mean,
of
as a
all the
character, he's
people
just a
there,
nice dude. Yeah.
of all the people there, he deserved that money.
I agree. I agree with you totally.
You know what? He would have gave anyone there the shirt off his back if they
Oh,
needed
of
it.
course.
And so, yeah.
He's one of the nicest dudes, man, for sure.
Oh, he's a great guy. And you know what? I always say this to people, whether you're like trying to build a name for yourself or you're just trying to be a nice person, but people love when you're genuine. And
Yeah.
you can just sense a genuine person, and just the way you like ask him, "Oh, how's it going?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm pretty nervous right now," or he just tells you things straight how it is. Like you can tell that he's just such a stand-up nice guy.
Yeah.
No,
no, for
100%.
sure. Well, we'll see because now we got you guys both neither one can go, eh? How's your finger doing, Zach? Is it healing? No.
It's getting there. Hopefully.
Neither one can go to what?
Next weekend to Lethbridge. Oh, you're
I'm,
going there.
I'm going to Lethbridge. Up.
Okay. Yeah. And Zach doesn't know because he's got a big cut on his finger. Yeah.
Yeah.
When my dad's home, we try and make any tournament we can. I got like an event I have to be at on Friday too, so we're just coming up in the morning. I'm probably going to be tired, but I mean, still going to be there and pull, try and win a belt.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say.
So,
Is your dad gonna try to pull for the belt?
is there grandmasters and masters there?
Not for belts. Yeah. No
I don't know
belts.
if he's going to try for the belt. Then I think he's
I'm
just a
skipping.
grand.
I'm,
Well,
I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
I hope he does because his hit now
hit,
is like
yeah.
much better.
Oh yeah.
Like that little top roll adjustment was all that he needed, to be honest, to go from like.
It looks scary.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's not as easy to catch because Ben Souls a couple years ago caught him and slammed him, and then this time he just rolled right over him.
Well, my dad actually never pulled Ben.
Oh, it wasn't
But-
Ben. Was that Stu? Somebody he pulled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stuart Doyle.
Yeah. Okay. Now I
But
got.
Stuart has beat my dad before too.
Yeah.
And Brad Hunker was the guy. Like he just cupped Ben in and
Yeah.
held him center pretty much. And
Yeah.
Dad just absolutely
Ran
blasted
over
through
him.
him. Yeah. Which was sick.
Yeah, it definitely looks a lot more. It breaks he's breaking his opponent open, not just using speed.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I told him, and I had
He
to really
used to just rely on the speed, right? But now he's actually cracking them and still lightning. You know what I mean?
Well, I had to sit down and tell him. I was like, dude, like there's no point in you using your hit so efficiently, but then just not getting anywhere with it, or like when you do something,
Yeah.
you're hitting into their hook.
Yeah.
I'm like, do the same hit and get to the offensive side, but have them like this so they can't stop and catch you. Like
Exactly.
if someone's out here with his hit and they try and drive in, like they're gonna just hurt themselves. So it's not worth it.
Yeah, they're probably gonna get carved down like this too.
Oh,
Your dad would've
100%. Like
pulled
you
them.
just won't be able to catch him.
Oh
He
yeah.
pulls, it's not a good option to try that.
I was studying it. I was studying it in case I'd have to pull him, and it's got me a little worried too. So because it's still like it's so fast. So yeah. So.
No, it's a fun thing to do. That, like I told him, I'm like, at least it's fun when you have like a hit like that, because like you said, Brian, it makes people want to study it, learn it, worry about it, and like that's fun for my dad to have that too.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, he was very impressive in that tournament. I watched. I always watch your dad, and I always want to pull him, but we never end up on. We always go different ways in the brackets.
Well, maybe in Lethbridge.
Yeah, well, I'm not pulling Masters though. I'm pulling only the Open.
I'm gonna try and convince him to pull the Open.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
because I figure if I'm gonna pull, I have to ref, but if I had to pull one class, I might as well go for the belt. You never know. You
Hope
don't
for the
know
best.
who's
You never
gonna
know.
show up.
Exactly.
I mean,
Someone
Dustin
could get
could
burnt out even if they are good.
maybe someone shows up and can stop Dustin and burn him out a bit before I get him, or maybe your dad can hit first, and you know what I mean. You never know. I mean, I never rule it out. But Dustin looking so good. See the way you just cleaned house last weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have someone really burn Dustin out.
Yeah,
And I think
yeah,
Dion and all
yeah.
them are coming up too, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Dustin
Really?
Finley and Joe Fear too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Miles.
That's next weekend.
Yeah, everybody's coming. Dion. Thomas.
Might see if I can go
in
down
chat
just to
still?
visit.
Are you going, Thomas? I'm pretty sure Thomas is going. He doesn't usually miss Lethbridge.
I don't think he said he could this time because of some stuff going on.
Oh,
But I know he normally tries to.
yeah. I know I've seen him there the last couple of years. But I mean, Josh Bellin more than likely isn't going. Right. Darren Matthews. I don't know if we're going to see him pull again anytime soon. I'd like to. The guy's a beast. I wish he would just train for arm wrestling. He'd be
I know.
like unbeatable.
Hey, you guys want to know something?
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that Lethbridge will have the money
Yeah,
for
they
the
will.
pair.
They will. Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's money too. It's not just belts. There's $200 too on top
Yep.
of that to the winner. Yeah. So I mean, shout out to those Lethbridge boys putting on a good event. I mean, they're making it better
Oh,
every
yeah.
year, right? And that's what I like to see too. Every year it's a little better. There's a little more, you know what I mean? And that's staying within your means, not trying to go be the star of the world, holding the best event. You just every year you strive to do a little better, and eventually you become one of those events that people won't miss. They'll
Yeah.
be there every year, right? No, Thomas can't. Okay, Thomas. That's a first. You're missing the Lethbridge tournament for the first time.
Yeah, I was pretty sure he said on Facebook he couldn't make it. So that's
Yeah,
unfortunate, but
Okay. Yeah, he said no.
You might as well cancel the whole thing.
Yep, that's it.
It is what
does,
it is.
does Thomas beat Dion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was close. They had
Last
a
time they
close
pulled.
match.
Every time they pull.
Yeah. They had a close match at the when I did that event with Ronnie, the Valor tournament.
Yeah.
They had a super match, Dion. That's how we got talking, me and Dion, is because he was we all started talking to Dion that day because he had the super match with Thomas Cyborg. And then we started saying, well, maybe make some
Yeah,
matches.
I never spoke to Dion that day, believe it or not.
I did. He came
I
out
did
back
not.
when we were barbecuing.
Oh,
Back
nice.
and talked. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that was the start. That was the start of the Montana thing, really. I mean,
No, that was a good
awesome.
event. Good match.
That's taken off too, man.
Oh yeah. Jody Williams. Did you hear? I think he's
What?
joining the country folk. Yeah.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes, sir.
That's sick.
I know.
That reminds me, I got to text Gelder. I told him I'd get back to him, and I've just been so busy.
Yeah, I gotta tell him about the 23rd of May or something like that. Yeah.
Oh.
But I don't know. He said match or ref. Probably ref. What do I got? April 5th? Oh no, April 5th. When's provincials in April, right? No.
May or April? I forget.
I mean, I'm starting to forget
May,
myself.
May 3rd or 4th. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So okay. Well, let's see. I got provincials. I guess, you know what? I guess I probably could. Because I think nationals is July, I think, beginning of July.
May 3rd.
May 3rd.
May 3rd, yeah. May 3rd. Yeah. So,
Did you see Uncle John is pulling Austin Jaggers?
No, I seen he's pulling Rick Steiner.
What,
Pulling
fresh out
Austin
of
Jaggers too.
fresh out of prison or what?
I don't know. But they're pulling a match called a quitter match.
Okay.
So there's no pins, or I don't know how it works specifically, but the match isn't over until someone quits.
Oh.
But I don't know how that works, because then is it going to be a pin and then
That's
they
with Austin
restart
Jaggers?
and a pin? Yeah,
Well, that's left-handed then.
must be.
Has to be left-handed.
No.
But then John's right. His hand, I don't know about his arm, but his hand felt really good when he beat me on the right.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's been training, and I heard he's gotten really good, man. Really
Yeah,
good.
I think Uncle John's lefty too, so his left is
He
better.
is, but he's
Yeah,
getting apparently he's just ever since he left doing the podcast, he's been hardcore training. Like really
Hardcore
taking arm
training.
wrestling serious. Yeah, he's gotten big and muscular too. Like he's put on some muscle. He
Yeah,
looked
he's
kinda
big.
beefy yesterday. On
He's a
Jake.
big guy. I gotta get some water, guys. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Hey, dude,
yeah. And Nationals is July 4th to 6th. So, yeah,
4th of
I don't
July.
know. Yeah, we'll see. I could pull. I don't want to though. I said I wouldn't take any super matches till after Nationals. So I'm probably reffing. So did he ask you for anything in May? Zach? No.
Nope. Not me.
I don't know what kind of card it is, how big it is. I don't even know what it's called yet. I know October 4th is going to be the City Slickers again versus Country.
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wish I could have done better with the country folks.
You did really, yeah, but you did. You know what? You went up against a pretty tough dude, man.
I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, you can't say that I didn't
You
arm
gave him.
wrestle.
You did. As Garrett Tupper, man, that kid is. Yeah, I would not hang my head in shame losing to him because he is a strong guy. So,
It
yeah,
is
Yeah.
what it is.
it was,
The
Yeah.
lucky one said Uncle John was huge on Ozzy's show.
yeah, that's what I seen too. Lucky, I seen it. I was watching it before we went live with Justin, and
Helen Keller versus Traffic commented, I thought it would be a no consent match. That's crazy. That's
Woo!
crazy.
See, that's what I was thinking too. I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
he is pulling Steiner. Oh, Scott Steiner. Sorry, not Rick Steiner. Yeah, Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of is Scott Steiner even an arm wrestler? Like
Oh, no.
He's entertaining. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, come on, it's going to be a annihilation. Uncle John's going to annihilate him. I mean, Steiner's got huge arms, but I don't think it matters in arm wrestling.
No.
not to the degree people want it to.
No, I've pulled big guys where I've like they've walked in the club and it's like you're like, oh shit. And then you pull them and they just sit there and struggle and you're like, what the you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
It's people like me that make that saying proof that like you got to arm wrestle for a bit, because you'll see a guy my size, 150 pounds, soaking wet, manhandle someone 300 pounds who's never arm wrestled.
Exactly.
And these need to be big guys. You know what I mean? It's just because
Yeah,
they have
man.
no clue what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, they're not connected. You know, that mind.
No, and
muscle
they're
connection.
used to, especially going to the gym, you really learn to isolate your muscles. And in arm wrestling, you want to do the exact opposite. You want to have all your muscles, like you want to use certain chains at all time. You don't want to have just isolation, right?
Yeah, well, no, exactly.
You said Steiner arm wrestled Triple H.
Oh, okay.
Oh shoot, eh?
Oh, speaking of like
But everything
topics.
is like not real in that. Is it?
Yeah, I think Uncle John will take him. Probably make a show out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess this is for like the chat and everything in general. But like for like Through the Fingers, as well as like just in general, like what is some arm wrestling content that you guys would like to see or you guys think needs to happen for like the sport to proceed on? I think
Yeah.
we're finally getting to the point where we have enough interaction in the chat that I
Yeah.
think when we ask these questions and these people answer, I think it's like will be good for us to know as things to do for our channels, for this channel, like just in general of like what people expect from like arm wrestling and what they think the future is. Because really, the people who watch stuff is what the future is, and we need to do stuff
Yeah.
that gets more fans involved as well. But we need to keep the loyal fans entertained too.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was looking at you know how they do the caption game, John and whatever. I like that, but I'm not good at it. My captions always suck.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But, I mean, we could think of a game to do every week too.
Oh, we could do a like Tuesday game night.
Yeah, first hour is some kind of game. Yeah.
We could
First
even do,
hour,
like,
holy
the
shit.
First 15 minutes, yeah.
Oh, first
Or
hour.
like, yeah.
yeah.
Dear God. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
that's-
Paolo Tao used to do the trivia, but the way he did it was weird.
I'm gonna apologize. Is he still posting these days?
No,
he's getting 2 or 3 viewers a time. He's going live.
but he does
Once a
crypto now.
Well, he's doing the junk removal. So podcasts are all about junk removal.
So yeah, he hasn't done a video in 3 months.
Oh, he did one last week. I watched his live last week.
Sylvester's to loan. I'm building something, and I'm a couple weeks out, but I think I have a cool angle to help the community. That's cool. I'm curious on what that is.
Yeah.
The Lucky Ones podcast. Would you rather arm wrestling edition? Would you rather try and top roll through Jerry or flop press through Devin?
Mm.
Top roll through Jerry. He's gonna let you do the top roll. He's gonna try. Devin, work me, man.
I don't know
Jerry
what
wants you
happens.
to top roll. Jerry wants you to top roll.
Yeah, but Devin wants you to flop, man.
Mhm.
But I
Well,
feel like you would almost have a better chance of flopping. I don't know.
I think Jerry would be painful because his press is just oh.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to transition? Like, can I come over
No,
top?
like I'm saying, like top roll over Jerry's press the whole way, or try and flop while Devin's doing his open top kings the whole time.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Because I've never pulled Jerry, I'd go with Jerry. Just because I'm not gonna do anything either way. They're not even gonna feel me there on the table. So it's more of a would you rather pull this guy or this guy for fun? For
That's
me.
fair.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do a couple would you rather's every week. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Have fun, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Would you rather? So that's going to be the new game. Tuesday nights. Would you rather?
I almost just said something funny, but I'm not gonna say it.
Guys, we'll come up with a few, but I want the comments to bring some.
Yeah, well, yeah, they'll get some good ones,
Yeah.
especially if
Yeah,
we can get polls up in the chat.
Well, they're
That's
all
a big-
pumped.
Yeah, that's a big thing too, is like as much as the chat just kind of chats, like we're more than welcome to answer any questions you guys have at all.
Oh yeah.
Like if we had a topic and it just ends up that we're answering questions for an hour and we got to go, then we'll just do another pod and we'll talk about it
Yeah.
next time.
100%.
I like answering questions in the chat anyway.
I do too. I think it's very beneficial, and I like the outside perspectives because, like,
Yeah.
as much as just our three opinions are diverse and like we get a lot covered, when the more people that are involved, the better.
No, I agree.
We cover the low end, the middle range, and the high end of arm wrestling weights. So I mean,
Yeah, so
Rod.
I mean, I'm gonna post it, but people in the chat might as well know. We got a big guest on Tuesday night coming up. What is it? February
11th.
No, February? No,
March 11th. Yeah.
March 11th. I don't even know what
wait,
month.
are we going back in
time?
time or something?
I know. March 11th, we're having Jerry Kettered on the show, and that's going to be pretty big because
Yeah, I'm sad I'm not going to be able. Like, I'm going to try and be on for a bit. I worked that night, so I'm really hoping that I can get my breaks coordinated in a way where I could get on for at least half an hour.
Are you going to Winter Blast, Zach?
I wish.
Well,
I wish. I always enjoy watching it. Looks like a good atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
I feel like Winter Blast just happened a year ago.
That's
Or, like,
that's what
sorry,
I was
I
thinking. Did
feel
they do
like-
two?
I feel like
2 years.
Like the Winter Blast that was a year ago just happened, is what I meant to
it's their
say.
5th year, isn't
Yeah.
it? This year.
Yeah, but I remember like oh, I'm just reading what this says.
Mm.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, it's yeah, I mean, I feel like the years are just flying by.
Oh, they are. They don't slow down. They just speed up.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
I know. It's like, what do you do?
25 this year.
Yeah. Wow.
Dang.
You're
Quarter way to 100.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Our life expectancies are all going down though lately.
So how long have you been? Yeah, definitely. How long have you been pulling, Dakota?
July will be 4.
July be 4 years. Okay.
So 3 and some. 3 and
Nice.
yeah.
That's a good time to start when you were 21.
Yeah. I wish I was 21 when I started.
Yeah.
I was
Well, I mean,
22 and a half years older than you when I started.
I was
mean,
Dakota's age when I started.
Yeah. Oh,
I
really?
was a cheeky 21 because like I had previous experience and stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
that
like
Garrett
I
Tepper
always
experience.
say 21 because that's when I like started training specifically.
Yeah. Well, August 7th, will be 3 years competing for me. So, or third, it's at the beginning of August. Anyway, yeah.
Thomas is 36 on the 16th. LOL.
Oh,
Dang.
didn't I just
Thomas
say
looks
happy
good for
birthday to
36.
Thomas? No.
He's
Let's say,
looking.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not time. It's not
He's
time
so
for
young
birthdays
yet.
Oh, well, if I forget Thomas,
Cody's
happy
today,
birthday
but-
early.
Happy early birthday. Yeah, you can't say you didn't say it.
Yeah.
How old's Cody?
Cody's 30.
What?
Yeah.
It's 30.
Just
Cody's
turned 30.
30?
He just turned
Yeah.
30. Yeah.
He's dang, I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah.
Whoa. He's not even 2 years older than me.
No, but like, I don't know, Cody just doesn't seem 30 to me.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, but I mean, he kind of does.
I guess that I just don't feel like he's 6 years older than me.
That's fair.
He looks
That's
young with
fair.
that baseball cap on. When you take
Oh, without the baseball
off,
cap, you're
he
saying?
looks
Yeah,
like he's
I've never seen him
45.
without it.
No, I'm bugging you. I'm bugging Cody right now. Yeah,
We all bug Cody. It's
I
okay.
know. He's good, man. Cody's grown on me over the years. I like our people in our club, their characters. Like everyone's
Yeah,
Oh, we have
our
a
club
very
has a cast, man.
diverse club.
very, very diversified. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I love our club. So.
I'm still at your boys. I'm just over here doing
Oh
something.
yeah, no worries. Yeah, well, I know we started about all this drama and that, and I think let's watch for the next week. Let's hope that Knuckles Up makes an announcement and they just
Well, I mean, you got to give someone the benefit of the doubt until, and I think it's at that point now. It's until now. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's been the benefit of the doubt. And I mean, even
You
like
can't wait till the kettle's screaming to tell someone you know what I mean? To say,
Yeah,
oh,
like-
I'm making some tea. I don't know. That's a terrible analogy.
well, I hear that Cody Wood and Nick Stone are great guys, stand-up guys. So I mean,
Yeah.
it makes it really hard to think that both of them would be off on it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Oh, totally.
And like I said, right now, Brett Knuckles Up. If you're watching this by chance, make the announcement, man. Just let people know and just say, just
You
say
can't
something.
fix it at this point, but what you can do is you start to repair it. If you
Well,
don't,
yeah,
it's not
but
gonna get better.
even if it was listen, we were working on Arnold's, and we weren't, we were all focused on Arnold's. It was a big weekend. Just say it, and then. Say, well, sometimes it takes a few months to get paid because we have
You
to
gotta own
transfer
up to
money.
it and allow people
just-
to, yeah.
Yeah, but you almost made guys feel like, yeah, you weren't going to pay them. You know what I mean? So, saying that there's no money, you got hacked. I mean, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but you ran the show, and you know what? This is what sucks too, because arm wrestler code, we don't need contracts, but if you say something, it's it's
Yeah.
your whole integrity, like your everything is like
Arm
rides
wrestlers are very trusting, man.
very trusting, but at the same time,
Because
like,
most of them are reliable.
yeah, but we'll
Yeah.
hold you to you. It's almost
Most
a
of them are
code in arm wrestling.
stand up people, right?
Yeah, it's almost a code that like your word is everything in arm wrestling. Like
Like a brotherhood or a sisterhood, yeah.
yeah, so like when you become a promoter, you have to be prepared no matter what. You have to, when you hold an event, like when I hold an event, I have to be able to hold the event and say, how much am I willing to be out? And okay, am I going to hold the event if I made not a cent back and I was out this money? And if I can come to the conclusion that yes, I would do that, then I hold the event.
Yeah.
And that's how I do it, right? And just wish for the best, right? So the wish for the best outcome, right? But if I can't honor that shit, how stupid I couldn't even imagine not being able to, like, the athletes at the end of the event are all looking at you and you're like running for the door. Like, you know what I mean? Like, remember Billy? Guys were threatening to beat his face in that time.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that one guy was going to threaten to bash Billy's face in. And I guess he all of a sudden came up with some money and paid the guy. So that was kind of weird too.
I
right?
mean, you got to be so careful when you're getting involved with money. It's just
Oh.
something that you don't really mess with people with.
No, that's the thing, right? Like,
Or Zach's phone must have died or something.
oh, maybe, but
But
Yeah. Well, and then there was that Greg Sharp thing too recently. So how much of a hit do we want to, actually it's good for other promoters. Greg Sharp just buried himself, banned everybody. So people can just say, fuck you, Greg. And then now Knuckles Up is fucking up. So where one door closes, another door opens too.
Yeah.
So how you look at it.
That's the thing is, like you said, like, and that's the big thing with arm wrestling. We're at the point with it's like if you're not going to do it, somebody else will. Whether you're talking about being the best competitor or you're talking about being the best promoter, if you don't do it, there's someone waiting in line ready to
Yeah.
take your spot or to at least attempt it.
Yeah.
And then someone's one day like, look at what Engen's doing. I mean,
Yeah.
someone's gonna either match Engen, do better than Engen, or Engen's going to keep going on his trajectory and it's going to keep
Yeah.
causing competition, which is going to make the promotions and the sport better. So
I think now with streaming and like the ability to be on TV kind of, I think you're going to see arm wrestling grow at all levels of the sport. And I think I think we can go mainstream with all the elites being gobbled up by East versus West. I still think arm wrestling can go mainstream. There's still enough good pullers. There's enough characters in our sport that like it's all about like look at the M Spot. Their production's awesome. That's gonna sell eventually. People are gonna have like people they like. People are gonna be like, that's that guy did that backflip. I like that guy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, Dakota. Oh, he's crazy. You know what I mean, or whatever, right?
Dakota, guy's crazy.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. But
Sylvester Stallone asked if it was Boom Productions that put on the Armbender. No, it was Josh
Red Lightning
Wilson
and
with Red Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
Good
yeah,
quality on that production.
you know
That
what?
was a lot better than last year. Yeah.
The Armbender and Armsageddon and Travis Robertson's event
Yeah.
and the way you do your events, Brian, just those types of events, along with like watching like the East versus West, watching the
Yeah.
King of the Tables, it makes me realize how close we are to making this a good, profitable,
Yeah.
like where athletes are getting paid. And like not only like not, the best in the world are going to get paid obviously as with anything, but like you're not going to have to be the best in the world to get paid.
No,
You're going to have to be entertaining, of course.
and
You're going to have to
passionate,
make
and yeah,
you have to make people tune in to watch you. I think the only thing I feel that's genuinely missing lately is I feel like WAL gave people a good story about them.
Yeah. I agree.
Like you followed like, okay, this is Brian. This is how Brian trains in his basement.
Yeah.
This is what Brian does on Sundays at the dungeon. Oh, I think
Igor did that too. Igor did it with Lottie and stuff too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But I'm just
But
saying,
I know
like,
what you're mean though, 100%.
or
You
like,
build, you get invested in the character, in the person.
it's like, oh, Dakota's 24 and he's training out of his bedroom
Yeah.
and he's beating this guy who we just saw has a full gym.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
freaking cool.
Or you might promote all the pharmacists of the world. They might be like, we do that kind of shit. Or you're not you are a pharmacist, right?
I'm a pharmacy technician.
Yeah, but you're gonna be. You want to be a pharmacist. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could be, but it's a lot more schooling. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
my honest plan right now is to just work as a tech. I like the work I do, but also like the way the world's going, I feel like I am gonna eventually have to look for something that pays a little bit more money.
Yeah.
Like just the way that, things are, especially in Canada right now. Like
Yeah.
you got to make a good wage if you want to have a nice house and stuff. So
Well, yeah, no, it's true. But I think, you know what? If we just even this podcast, we might be in 2 years from now, we might be holding the biggest events in North America. You don't know, right?
you never know, right?
It's just about like just putting your foot forward every day and not giving up, just consistency.
well, and no, I totally agree. I agree with consistency. And like, I always think about it, but I would love to be like, okay, through the fingers, generates a little bit of income, my own YouTube generates a little bit of income. So I can work as my pharmacy tech, not making insane money, doing a job I enjoy, but I'm still getting enough side income from these other things with arm wrestling that it's like, okay. Or it's like you get good enough, it's like, oh, well, I'm getting pretty much a free trip out of this. I just have to compete, show
Yeah.
up and like get to see these parts of the world.
Yeah, it's not about getting rich. It's just about like, you know what? The more we put into arm wrestling, the more arm wrestling will allow us to do it. You know what I
100%.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like, the universe, the secret, you get what you put in the universe, right?
Well, and I'm guilty. Like I feel like I could actually put more effort in than I am right now with like the YouTube and the video editing and stuff.
Mhm.
Like I feel like I should get better at that because like I
Yeah,
like
me
what
too. My video edits suck.
I like what Coach Ray does. I like how he puts in the effort, like how he does that, and I feel like he reaches the right audience and stuff. And I think that not only is it
Making good
beneficial.
money too doing it.
Well, that's the thing. Not only is it beneficial from a personal perspective to like do it, but it's also beneficial for just arm wrestling as a whole when more people see it.
Yeah.
Like even when you look at like those things like the Lad Bible or whatever, like
Yeah.
those Facebook things that'll randomly post an arm wrestling thing and it gets like 2 million views.
Yeah.
Like if you make the right video, it could pop off and get 2 million views, and that's 2 million people that are like, oh, this is the thing. And then, even if 10% decide to watch another arm wrestling video, that's a lot of people.
I wish like, you know what? If any YouTubers are watching our show ever, I know the arm historian was going to sit down and talk to me about how to like better promote the podcast and stuff. But like we got good chat numbers all the time, and we got like lots of people that love the pod, but like our subs, they're just like they grow very slow. And it's like I wonder what, like I don't want to ever use like shady ways to get subs. You know what I mean? So it's like I guess we just keep trucking, and eventually we'll just grow a bigger
We'll get
base.
there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've seen guys start their pod or their little thing, and a week later they got 5,000 subs. I'm like, it's like do we suck that bad or what? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's one thing too, like especially with this chat, like I know it's fun to just chat, but we love input, we love opinions. Like feel free to message us on like Facebook, Instagram. I'm pretty sure we all have our own Instagrams. Like I have two, so people always follow my personal one, but like Dakota Shipton Arm is my arm wrestling one where I post all that kind of stuff. And like you're more than welcome to shoot me a message on there. I try and answer everybody. And that's the thing too, is like we grow stronger as a community by like helping each other out. And I would love for people to give me input on what I can do better on my videos, what we can do better on the podcast, what
Yeah.
people want to see.
And we
Because
should
as
do
much
that.
as you can make ideas, it is nice to hear what people are wanting to see. Because like
Yeah.
I've been thinking of doing segments lately. That's just like it's like answering a question like why am I getting top rolled? And it's like watch this video. And then like I'll make like a long version, a YouTube version, and then I'll have like a short version
You
where
should
like
do it. Yeah.
because those are questions, especially like as the sport gets bigger and more new people are coming in, that like people like 5 years from now will watch later on and be like, oh, like that makes sense now. Like I'm getting top rolled because maybe it's not because my cup is not there, but it's because I'm not moving my elbow properly. Like things that they don't think
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, I'm
why
hanging
do I
on.
get why do I get dragged into the hook every time? Why is the strap bad for me?
Mhm.
Like things like that. Like how to get better in the
Which
strap.
way should I point my feet, forward or sideways?
Yeah.
Literally minuscule things like that. That
That
like
people like, oh my god, yeah.
but you got to remember, like in North America, we think of that and we're like, oh, okay, well, like, doesn't really matter which way your feet point. But then when you go to Europe and you go to those places and they're like, no, 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 like that rep was horrible because your foot was in the wrong place. And like they sit there and they work it and they work it and they work it. And that's why. Oh,
Yeah,
Thomas.
the more you use a table, you'll see that the different feet positions do benefit different specific areas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw you commented back, Brian, but that's a good idea on Thomas. Maybe we'll just add in our description, like even like my Facebook, you can pretty much find me, but if you linked Instagram, even for me is the big one.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, you know what? What you guys do is send me the handles because I don't keep them, and I'll add them to every video. And then Zach, if I don't do it, you can put them in there too. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll do that for sure.
And then also like Yeah, just because like it's like a networking scheme where like Brian has his Instagram, which is linked to Through the Fingers, but then Through the Fingers, through that you find Zach's Instagram,
Yeah.
which is now linked with a YouTube, which is linked back to Brian, or like you can find a certain piece and then it links you to that network. Whereas like when you have just one piece, it can be tricky to get people to filter into that thing.
Yeah,
But
true.
I
Yeah.
I oh sorry.
No, no, go on. It doesn't matter. I can wait.
Well, what I was just gonna say is I think that like it's weird, but I remember there was that one page on Facebook and it was just like called arm wrestling and there was like so many people in it and everyone would always post and then I feel like one day it just got removed.
Yeah,
Like I
really.
don't see it anymore. But like I thought that like back when that was the thing, I thought it'd always be good to like just post the links to our podcast in there.
Yeah,
Or
no, I
like
agree.
after there's a podcast, just literally copy and paste the link and post it.
Well, what I
Just because
should do
Yeah,
is schedule. I should start scheduling the pods. If we know the days and times, I can schedule them and have a link created ahead of time that I could post.
yeah,
But I mean, usually I'll just post our channel's link, right? So, and it works. I mean, I think it works.
yeah. Because no,
Um,
we're
what
gonna
was
go.
this? Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. No,
Again,
go Brian, go
I
Brian.
was just gonna say what Carolyn said.
Yeah,
She's talked about Uncle John. Remember when Uncle John, we kind of feel a little bit of a void with him gone. I think we are, which is kind of nice. I used to watch Uncle John's channel every week. I loved Uncle John. But she said that he had Ozzy and him, they were cross promoting their channels, right? So they
that's
kind
true.
of
Yeah.
both were growing really, yeah, exactly. I think Ozzy's at like what? I think he got 40,000 subs now.
Holy hell.
I know he's got a lot anyway. And then Uncle John, I think he should. I still would like to see him come back. I liked him on the podcast. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah, and I mean, we still
He
do
was a
our
good guy
thing.
in person too. He's funny.
Oh, he's great. I hung out with him the whole weekend. It was fucking awesome. Went to the
Yeah, I had to go.
casino.
Yeah, I couldn't
Oh
come.
yeah, man. It was good times.
Damn.
Yeah.
Next
no,
time.
Uncle John and Ozzy are both really cool. Like I hung out with
Yeah.
Ozzy in Dubai lots, but you got to
Yeah.
remember,
Yeah.
like that Ozzy, that's his full time thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he makes all his money doing YouTube and doing his voiceovers and doing his commentating. Like he eats, sleeps, and breathes that.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I would too. But
Oh, I'm not saying we wouldn't.
yeah, I
I'm
know.
just saying that they're definitely like he's one guy though that you definitely need to talk to just
Yeah.
about like how he did it or what he recommends doing because he obviously has like a way of doing it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, remember Arm Wrestling News, Pradeep? Like I cringe with him sometimes because I find him biased. But I mean, I've seen him blow up, man. Like he's huge now.
Oh, I know. Even look at that guy who made the face during the Devin Levon too, Henry,
Yeah,
whatever. Like
yeah,
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
he
He's
made,
blown up,
oh
blown up.
blown up. Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I like the pod. I'm good at the pod. I'm not good at. I wish I got to get better at, or maybe I'll just hire somebody and to get better video edits and shit. Right, but
Yeah.
that's where I struggle. I'm not very good at editing videos. They're just kind of mashed together. The only thing that's cool about my videos is I put cool, unique, custom songs on all.
You know what though, Brian? I have considered like learning how to do that and like really going in depth on it and then just like starting a little business doing it for people. Because I think
Yeah,
there's a lot of people like you who don't actually know how to do it. And I think
yeah,
if you like did it properly, like it's profitable for both parties.
yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying. There is people that do it. You can hire
Yeah.
media people. I've seen it already. I almost did it for Through the Fingers,
Yeah.
but I didn't. Yeah, I figured no. I mean, between the three of us, we're good. But
And we definitely like our YouTube shorts are good, but we should get rolling. We should try and get an Instagram or something going. Just
That's true.
because like the reels
Facebook
on
gets a lot of views
Instagram,
too.
yeah, Facebook, Instagram, and just like
I do a lot of Facebook. And, Instagram. I'm just starting to use. So
yeah.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone said Pradeep is often wrong, but seems to believe in what he says. Yeah, I agree.
oh, I
Pradeep seems to
agree.
just make shit up I
Oh,
don't
he
watch his
does.
stuff
He
anymore
hates
because
Devin too.
he'll
He
start
hates
he'll start a
Devin.
video with just a blatant lie or just like his own perspective, but saying like it's fact. It's like, yeah, I'm not a fan of
Yeah.
that. It's just
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
clickbait.
agree.
that's a
I agree.
clickbait way to get people to want to
He's
It
watch
all
it.
about
works.
click.
It
He's
works.
all
I
about
see, but
clickbait. Yeah, but that's another thing. I can't be a clickbait guy. I just can't do it.
No,
I
that's
used
the
to watch him
thing.
until he started lying. Like I remember when I used to watch him, it didn't seem like he was lying too much, but then he was saying stuff about Matt that was just blatantly wrong. I knew
Mhm.
because we were at
Mhm.
practice with him, so I knew what was going on, and he's like making shit up, and I'm like,
Mhm.
what the hell is this guy going on about? But the video is
Does
getting a
that?
bunch of views, so it's like I see what he's doing. He's just yeah.
Yeah, you know, I get mad. I mean, I remember
Not to hate on him, it's just I don't know.
no, but you know what I hate too? I also hate these strong opinions with no information. Like, you
That's
remember
what
when
I
the
mean. Yeah.
remember the WAF band thing? I was like, Paul Italia was just going nuts about these WAF bands. And I'm like, the only thing that are giving these things power is you guys talking about it. Because it's like WAF doesn't even care about North America. We can do anything we want. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you
anything
just
we
fill out a
want.
form and you're good.
All because of like, yeah, because Knuckles Up had banned people, and then they tried to invite non-banned. Well, yeah, of course that's not gonna be allowed. So why argue and make big dramas over it? Like it was so stupid. Right. And then, to make, 4-hour podcasts and everything you say is bullshit. Like everything, because you weren't even on the call. Like they made a show about the call I was in with the WAF. Remember that WAF
Yeah,
I
but
was in?
he
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they talked about it for 4 hours talking shit like they knew what was said in it, and none of them were in the fucking meeting. I was. So I was
Yeah.
like in the chat going, you guys are fucked. Like anyway, that's the thing about like arm wrestling too. Sometimes the drama over nothing. Like
There's a
sometimes
lot of passion, man. There's a lot of
there is a lot of
passion,
passion.
and
I think
if you're
that's
blinded by it,
yeah. 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 I
But
just,
I think any big sport has that. And I
oh
think
yeah,
that we need to not like we look at that always as super duper negative. And I think that we need to like understand that there is negatives to it, but we need to reinforce it in a way where we can still get something from it.
I think the smaller we are, the more negative it is
hmm
as a community. As we get
Yeah.
bigger, it'll become less of an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I think
even like
so.
there's more like Devin has so many fans. There's always drama that kind of
There's
surfaces
haters.
around Devin.
Yeah.
But I feel like because Devin's so big,
It's always good. It's always
yeah.
people are always happy to watch that and be like, "Ooh, what's
Well,
going on?" type of thing.
what I think I still like Arm Wars. I just thought Arm Wars out of nowhere.
No, I was
I love Neil Pickups Arm Wars, man. Like I'm
I
no.
telling
love Arm Wars. Like
When
the
I met
production is
Neil
awesome.
and when I met Neil in Turkey, man, he was one of the coolest stand-up dudes. Like his whole crew, they're awesome. They're funny.
Mhm.
They're people that you're like, oh yeah, I would arm wrestle for him or with him. Like,
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of like he was like almost the first match I ever watched in my life was the match between him and Michael Monster Todd.
oh yeah,
Remember
On
when
the
they had that?
beach.
Yeah, on the beach. Yeah.
People say that match was fake. I was like,
Fake.
I
They
don't think
said
that
it
was
was
fake,
fake.
man.
No, Neil's
It
just
looked
really
real to
good
me.
at selling matches because he's animated, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually he's one of my favorite arm wrestlers. So I always thought that Neil was so proficient and like he didn't always seem like the strongest guy, but he was very table savvy and he always felt the hole. And endurance, oh, he had such good endurance. And that's why my handle is Neil's index finger. So everybody knows I'm Neil's index finger on YouTube. So
Yeah.
but that's because I think Neil Pickup's awesome, and he's always going mother fluffers, you know what I mean? And that's why I call myself the Neil's index finger, right? Yeah, just so I guess you know where that name came from. Yeah, but
That's good.
I like to
Tough.
have him announce an event for one of my events, and
Oh, that'd be awesome, dude.
yeah, he's pretty expensive, but you know what? It's okay.
Well,
It might be worth it. If you
yeah,
have the right people there and you got the right matches, you do a pay-per-view and you got Neil announcing, like, come on.
that'd be good. That'd be good.
Yeah, like is Neil under contract? I don't know if he's actually under contract with these versus
I don't know.
We need to find a place, maybe in Red Deer, that's really nice for an arm wrestling event, like a Centrium or something.
Hmm.
I don't know. We don't have a Centrium, but we have like we got a few places like hockey arenas.
Yeah.
There's no
Maybe-
ice in the
well,
summer.
we did an outdoor event.
They
We got
melt it.
Stu's Land. Like,
Yeah, we can do outdoor.
and like I said, I'm thinking end of July, beginning of August. It's the Backyard Super Slam 2, brought to you by Through the Fingers.
You know what we could do, hey? You know what we could do? I'll talk about that later. I don't want to
Oh yeah,
spitball too many ideas on cam.
No, it's okay.
They might be too stupid. I don't want people to judge me for my dumb ideas.
Hmm. Oh no, no.
No, I'm excited. No, Stu is a awesome guy. I'm excited that
He's
he
back
wants
next
to.
month. We'll be able to
He's
talk.
back next month. Okay, sweet.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
And then we got another thing, Dakota. Actually, we want to talk to you. So Zach and Paul Andrews are pretty much lined up to pull each other in a super match.
Oh, really? When?
Yes. And well, we're gonna work it out after April 5th. That's all we know. And then I'm set to pull Lee.
Jermaine.
Yeah, I'll be pulling Lee. But is there somebody you want to pull? And the three of us go?
Up that way.
Yeah, it's gonna be at Paul Andrews' farm.
In Westlock?
We're gonna do a weekend super match thing on his farm.
Hmm.
It'd be like one day. I mean,
I'd have to give that a thought. I don't know who's out there that I want to pull.
I don't know, but we can see if somebody would be willing to travel, or even we try to work it out anyway.
Yeah, we could see. I mean,
It'd
even
be cool
that.
if all three of us were competing. Like that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be fun
Mm-hmm.
for sure. No, that's something to consider. Like, I'll definitely keep that in mind. I've just kind of locked in on April right now. I haven't thought of anything further than that.
No,
Just
me
been
either.
kind of healing up. And
That's
go
fair.
from
Oh,
there.
I don't know about May 23rd. I mean, I might be going to Montana for that too. So
Yeah,
I
that's
think
fair.
I am. I think he's waiting on my answer. So
Yeah, me too. I got to talk to him.
I
So.
got to get back to him. I forgot. I've been busy, so I forgot.
No, me too, man. Life's just busy, and then it's
But I want to
not.
meet Jody. Jody's going to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. You already said that.
yeah.
So that's.
I think he's competing.
Is that the May one? I don't think the May one's the Country Folk City.
No, that's October.
No, that's in October.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. Why I was. I
Yeah.
was like,
Unless it is, because he
I
was
don't
talking
think it
about
is.
having multiple cities, but I don't think it is either. I think that's.
Yeah.
I don't have enough information on May 23rd yet, but
Yeah.
I just know
So
I
when-
gotta get-
When's the next pod we're doing?
well,
Tuesday
next
for
scheduled
sure.
one is Tuesday with Jerry Catterett.
Maybe we'll try and get one. We could possibly do one Sunday. I'm busy all day Saturday. I work Sunday morning, but Sunday evening I'm free.
Yeah, I'm in the Deadly Dungeon until about 3:30. Yeah, we can do one.
Whoa.
I'll be back in time.
Yeah.
I'm
We'll
home
figure
by
it out.
4.
We can try and plan for Sunday, I guess.
Yeah, Sundays are good.
Yeah.
A lot of people on, a lot of volume, and
We got 20 people in here now.
yeah,
So that's what I mean. We get good viewership.
yeah, and it's great people too. Like the chat's never. You know what? One thing I can say about our chat, it's never ever degrading. And we don't get too many. I don't even think we've had a troll.
No. That
You know what I
Austin
mean?
Jaggers comment was funny though.
Yeah.
that was great.
Yeah, yeah,
But-
but you know what I mean.
They'll come as we get more popular and we'll just deal with it. But
Mhm.
no, we just got to keep grinding it out.
Like Jake's got moderators and shit.
I think we
You know?
still have like our 20th pod. I think it's our.
Oh,
with
with
Paul Dahlia?
Paul and
That's
what's-
still
Nanya,
up.
Nanya, and
Yeah,
Paul.
No, yeah.
someone wants to see a crazy podcast. Go watch our one with Paul Italia and
That was
Nanya.
crazy.
Watch like the last 20 minutes.
Mhm.
Warning:
Nanya
there's
went
some
off.
choice
yeah.
language.
Oh yeah,
There's some
Paul
choice
and
language.
Nanya.
yeah.
And Nanya
Yeah.
ended up killing Paul in the match. Did you see the match?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
it was.
Oh man, it was bad. I like Paul. Paul was always nice to me, but
You know what? Paul was good to have on too, man.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh
fun.
yeah,
Paul's a
he
nice
was.
guy.
He was, but I got to tell you, I'm not a fan of his arm wrestling.
Yeah.
I cringe
He
watching.
tried to be defensive, trying to like Kings move defensive, but yet
Well,
you got to be
just-
aggressive,
just
man.
the way
Especially
he-
against someone who's acting like Nanya.
Have you ever
coming in
watched
like
his
that.
douche videos, like the douche videos that they made on him? about how he's like, yeah, he's just like douchey. Like he's in practice and this girl's trying to pull him and he's just like got her cupped in and Bob's like, give her some wrist. And he's like cupped in and it was just funny. It was just like it was funny. I think it was the guy that did the delusional Ryan Bowen videos.
Oh,
He
that's
did two videos on Paul Italia. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
no, yeah, I for all three of us, I think we should keep doing what we're doing with this pod, and I think we should keep training. And don't forget, like, just sometimes set a camera up, video your training, even just
Yeah.
post it with music. From what I've watched, like, and just trying to get the social media up, like it's like you said, Brian, it's about being consistent. It's like a
Yeah.
long-term battle, and just getting something posted every day.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those people are posting like 20 posts a day, just
I
like
know.
trying to find algorithm, trying to find algorithm.
No, that's
I'm
We
true.
almost
That's
almost,
true.
thinking,
like you said though, Brian, we almost need someone to just like sit there and cut up the good parts of our pod
mhm,
and just turn them into reels. Because
I
we
agree.
have so much content that we could cut up and post. And then by the time we made more, we could either cut that up or you get to a point where you can recycle the content because like people like to see old footage as
Oh
well,
yeah.
but people also with like talking clips, it never gets old because just because, the 18 people that are here watching it right now are seeing it, there's going to come a point where if it popped up on a reel or something in a year from now, there's going to be so many new fans that would see that and be like, oh, I didn't know they talked about that. What podcast is that? Then they go back
Yeah.
and watch it.
Yeah,
Right.
because they don't see it because the thing is a day later, it's out of the feed and it just becomes archived almost, right?
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is like with reels why it's nice because especially with the way the world's going with short attention spans,
Yeah.
you have a
I know.
20-second video where people are like, oh, that's an interesting concept. I wonder what else they talked about. Then they can either keep going through the reels or they find like, oh, I want to hear more what they say about that because you kind of cut it off at a time where people want to like know what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's in the oh Kalen said hi Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
But
hi Kalen.
yeah, no, it would definitely I would love for us to get to a point where it's like, okay, we do the podcast, we do our YouTubes, we arm wrestle, and that's sustainable enough where we're, you know, able to live our life to the fullest.
Yeah, no, I
What's
agree.
about?
More outreach. Yeah, through yeah. No, it's true. I mean, Carolyn, we didn't have her. Like I used to be in all the chats with her and all the other chats.
Yeah.
And then we'd run our pod for a year, like over a year, and I never seen her in the chat because no one was seeing it, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think even now people are just discovering us. So,
But yeah, it's 7:40, guys. I gotta go.
yeah, no,
That's
Um,
fair.
it was good chat today though. Good little hour chat. Got a lot of things out of the way, and then, I mean, is there East versus West? When's the next East versus West?
um,
Is that the Arlington one now?
Texas, it must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's with the king of the table? What's the story on that? I haven't heard anything
Well, no,
about
I
that.
think the way it's been going is it's been like two East versus West and then a King of the Table. And
Is that what they're doing now?
because of the same promotion, they
Mhm.
don't
Yeah.
really talk about King of the Table until the East versus West is over. And then Angan will take a little break and let them do a lot of their promoting. But
Mhm.
on one of Devin's videos, he talked about pulling in Vegas. He's like, I'll pull in Texas, and he's like, I'll pull in Vegas.
Yeah,
So I'm
dude.
thinking that they might be trying to do a King of the Table in Vegas, which
Well,
I
I'll
think
tell you what. Sorry to cut you off.
no.
Michael Todd and Rebecca were talking on their live a couple days ago,
Brutality.
and she accidentally said a couple things.
Oh,
But he did too. They accidentally dropped a couple things. Pretty sure that was one of them.
oh, well, because I mean, let me tell you what, like, Vegas is so convenient for especially us people in Alberta. Like, you pay like maybe $250 for flights, and you can
Really?
get there and back. And there's so many hotels that you don't have, you're so close that you don't even have to stay at the host hotel to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Yet you can find a cheap hotel if you want to. You can stay in an expensive hotel if you want to. And you literally get up and walk to whatever venue you're at in 5 minutes and you feel like you stayed at the host hotel pretty much. And Vegas is so lively 24/7 that it doesn't really matter where you're from. people are always out and about. So if you're like, from another country, like if you're jet lagged and can't sleep, you're at least not sitting in your bed and like, oh, it's dead. Like you can at least still go do things. And so I think that's something that's really slept on in Vegas is there's always things to do.
Oh, okay.
Vegas sounds like a great time.
Yeah. But guys, anyways,
Yeah.
it was
Anyway,
good
yeah,
chatting.
no worries. Yeah, it was. Did you see that real quick? I didn't know Leonidas was pulling Brian Shaw.
No, he said would be fun. No, so
Oh,
I
it would
think
be
he's
fun.
like,
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I know. I
Yeah.
agree.
that would be fun.
Got excited over nothing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kalen.
Yeah.
Who did
Just
John
like-
Brzenk pull
He's
in his
pulling.
first comeback match at King before his Devon match?
He's pulling. Can I?
No. Who a couple years ago when John Brzenk started making his comeback, he had a
Oh,
match before
Paul
Devon.
Lynn.
Chance and Pavlo, and then
Pavlo.
No, there was another guy, too.
Pavlo, was it Pavlo?
Dimitri
it was-
Cajun or Ketchin.
Dimitri.
Yeah, Dimitri
Dimitri, that
Ketchin.
Dimitri guy. That guy would be a good match for Brian Shaw.
okay, guys, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You guys keep
Okay,
talking
bro.
if you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace
Bye
out,
bye.
brother.
Later, brother.
Later.
I'm thinking, Dimitri. You're talking about he's got a good top roll.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what his last name is now.
Cajun.
Trubin. It wasn't Trubin.
No, it wasn't Trubin. It was Cajun or Ketchin or Dimitri. Started with a K, I believe.
Yeah. That guy, that would be good.
Yeah, he's a good puller too, and I haven't even seen him since that match with John. I haven't
So
even
many,
seen him.
so many arm wrestlers, man. It's
He
hard
lives in
to.
the States.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up to all the names, man. I can
No,
hardly
I
remember my
know.
own name at
I
this
try to
point.
keep up to all the names. I know, but I mean, just to think he was that good, and he just kind of, it's weird. I mean, I haven't even seen him in an event since. So
Yeah, and he did pull Paul in. That's true. Paul in would
Hey,
be a
pull
good
Paul
match.
in, yeah.
There's a
He
lot
pulled-
of people that'd be good match, but I think I think maybe the best course of action is to put him against another big guy to make it more dramatic. Or put up against a big guy who's not necessarily the greatest.
Carolyn Loom said I should use through the fingers when I'm in all the other chats, so that way people can get more subs that way. Maybe, yeah. But I always feel bad, like when I'm representing, I don't want to represent all three of us. If I say something dumb, and you know what I mean, or if I have a view that you know what I mean, it's might be different than you guys, right? You
It's
know,
fair, but I mean, screw it.
yeah. No, I mean, yeah.
I don't really care. Most of my views align with yours, so it's not that big of a
Most of them, yeah. But I mean, there's some times where I have a strong opinion, and you say something, and it doesn't change my opinion, but it expands on it. Like, you know what I mean?
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's always good to have all the information.
Well, yeah, and not only that, sometimes I'll look at something one way, and you'll look at it from a different direction, and then I'll go, oh, well, if I looked at it that way, you know what I mean?
No,
So,
that's fair.
that's why
And vice versa, for sure.
Yeah,
That's what it does. It gives you a perspective with you can always imagine someone's perspective, but it's all their past you don't know about that can tweak it, and give you maybe a different answer than you expected.
Georgie would destroy Brian Thomas.
Petkov
Yeah,
or Dzernov, any Georgies.
any
would destroy him.
Georgie,
I think any of those Georgies would destroy that guy.
Like Brian, I think I could give him a go right now. I think in
Okay.
like 6 months, no way.
What's
was
his
watching
face
him
there?
recently.
Who's the guy with the red shirt that pulled him recently?
Uh,
If you look, the pro arm wrestlers still can still mess with him. Is the thing.
oh yeah.
So to put him against someone who's really good on a ready go is not going to be fair. The problem with Brian Shaw is not the problem. It's the reality of Brian
Yeah.
Shaw is it's going to take a couple years for him to
Yes.
get his setup, his move, and his ready go.
Yeah.
All that strength doesn't really matter until he has those things because everyone else is going to have those things on him. That
Yeah.
he's just going to get, even if he'll get stuck in a really bad
Have you been
position with
watching
that.
his
Maybe he'll win.
practices?
Maybe he'll. Yeah, I have. I have
Yeah.
been.
Did you see the one? He actually, Buddy had him all the way, and then the other guy told him what to do, and as soon as
Yep.
he got connected, he slammed the guy. But
Yep.
if he didn't,
But he also got
did-
pinned a couple times by him.
Yes, yeah, and if he didn't get connected, he was not pulling through him. He had
And
his
there was
whole
not
hand compromised.
there was not a single. Well, there might have been a couple hits, but there was no ready
Yeah.
go like
no,
intensity hit. You know what I mean?
no,
Which
But
is
it
good.
was-
That's how you get injured, right? If you're
Mhm.
going to get injured, that's probably when it's going to happen. But you got to
Yeah.
do some sort of training at some point. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because,
Yeah,
like I said with you, just because you're 300, 400 pounds doesn't
Yeah.
mean you can't move quickly. You
Yeah,
have a
I
lot of
know.
muscle.
Yeah.
You don't have to move a very far distance, but you'd be surprised how, look at a gorilla, man. They can move their arm real freaking quick,
Real, yeah.
very quick and very powerful. Like
And I've
boom.
been
So
realizing that a little
got to
more
be
lately.
quick like that. Oh yeah,
Well,
and
actually, ever since
obviously
we,
the lungs. When your lungs get better too, that'll help.
yeah, that will help. But you know, after we talked though, I did get a little quicker. Like,
Yeah.
you know, before Chuck, I mean, I was never known for speed, and I started like flashing people after Chuck. You know what I mean? So that was not. I never used to flash. I used to just catch, fight for hand control, and then go. Right. And then after Chuck, remember that night we sat in the car in the parking lot and we were shooting the shit?
Yep.
Yeah. After that, I did start connecting a little bit into that part of my nervous system. You know what I mean? But it's still new to me in my brain. So we
Yeah.
just got to keep working on it. That's all. Yeah. And I've been doing a lot of my training's changed. I've changed up my whole training. So right now I've taken the weight down through the week. I'm doing massive volume compared to what I was doing. And I'm not really doing it for counting the reps. I'm doing it for time instead of reps.
Yeah.
So I want to build muscle endurance. And then I'm doing statics too, like every other day.
I love me some statics.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't doing enough statics before. So I'm doing a lot more
Statics
statics.
you should do slightly more statics than everything else so that your base
I agree.
thing is static. You don't want to be base using your muscle.
Yeah, well, I just added like statics, so we'll get there. But then my only heavy day is in the Deadly Dungeon on Sundays.
Ah,
That's the only day I go heavy. Yeah. Last week we did you could say 230 strict curl, and I did it for 4. So, and the goal's 250. So, and
Thomas
I might
in
be able to get a
chat.
single rep, but
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
I was saying Thomas in the chat saying like Brian Schultz, a high intensity athlete. He trains professionally for whatever he does. So what you think might take 3 or 4 years might be less for him because of the dedication.
I agree.
Totally.
But I
I'm
still
going,
think
I'm going based off of like these guys that are like heavy bodybuilders and stuff that come into the sport. It's the time it takes for their connective tissue and for their cognitive what's the word? Cognitive connection. In the best case scenario, takes about a year. In the best case scenario, I'm talking people that are much smaller than Brian that are also that have become world champions. Takes about a year. So I'm giving Brian like benefit of the doubt. Most people say 3 at least, but I think Brian could do it in 1. I honestly think he could because he's going to go all in.
He's
and
over 1 now, I think.
How much growth hormone is that guy on? How much testosterone? How much?
Not as much anymore.
Not calling the guy out or anything.
He lost 100 pounds.
In general, though.
You know,
he did totally.
He just recently lost 100 pounds. Yeah.
And yeah, Thomas. Yeah, when I said bodybuilder, and I meant the look at the bodybuilders coming in though.
Yeah.
It's similar to the fact of discipline training. I was kind of meant.
But he does have some tendon training.
But you're right. He is a strong man. So that's why I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt and giving him that 1 year.
Yeah.
Because dude, there's people out there that've been pulling for 10 years that don't have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not against Brian Shaw. You got to remember.
No, I'm for Brian Shaw. Yeah.
1 year, no one's even 1 year. No one's ever done that. No one's ever come into the sport and in 1 year gotten a good hit, a good ready go, and done all those things in 1 year. No one's ever done that.
No one.
So and I'm talking like on an elite level. No one's done that. So if anyone could do it, probably Brian Shaw. And Leonidas versus Brian Shaw, I could see that, but Leonidas has been arm wrestling for a couple of years.
He beat Brian right now badly. He beat Brian bad right now.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I understand though, because they're both.
The thing is Brian Shaw's cursed by strength in a sense for the short term, but he's actually doing everything right. He's got a whole arm wrestling team he's developed now that comes right to his house. He's switched a lot of his lifts to all just specific arm wrestling training. He's 100% invested. Now it's just about building that muscle memory and building the tendons that still need to be built.
Let me ask you real quick. 1 year, do you think he will be in the top 50?
1 year from now?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I
from
think
now.
He'll be in the top. I think
from last month, let's say when he really started training hard, probably a couple months ago. So this year,
I think in 1 year, top 20 in North America.
You think?
Yeah.
That okay.
1 year from now.
That's what I mean. Like 1 year from where he kind of went serious. So I'd say next January is where I'd be kind of scanning to.
Well, next
I think by
January, I would
then
say Sean might
he could
not be able
take
to
on an
do it.
elite guy. Yeah, I think by
Mhm.
then he could take on an elite guy totally,
Mhm.
and that's
Mhm.
rare. Like that's almost impossible. And Larry Wheels, that would actually be a good match, and I'll tell you
Mhm.
why.
Yep.
Larry started getting really good, and then I don't know what happened.
Mhm.
If he got injured or if
Backtrack.
he just he was at the Arnold's though. I saw a video of him at the Arnold's
Yep.
recently.
He was
So
just
he's
there.
still
I don't think he competed though.
he's competing when in the video I saw.
Was he? Well, he
That's what
didn't
I
play.
saw.
He didn't place. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's not as full invested as Brian, so that would be a
Mhm.
good match. Larry gave up. Yeah, fair enough, man. I think he realized you have to go all in to be someone in this sport. Like you want to be someone because of your strength and because of your feet. You gotta dedicate
Well,
100%. You want
he
to be
gave
someone
up. He
because of
gave
your
up because he
entertainment and
had
stuff's a
to.
lot easier.
Yeah, he had to give up because
He
see, the
couldn't stay
thing
on the
is
gear he
to
was on.
walk away from the powerlifting and everything he developed to build his name, his brand, get his sponsors,
Yeah.
to walk away and be 100% committed to arm wrestling, he would have to give up so much.
Yeah, and
So,
like the Lucky Ones podcast is saying, he was super sweet, dude. He seems like the nicest person I've ever met. Like he's one of those guys that just super caring, super aware of everyone. You know what I mean? He seems very
mhm.
aware of everything going on in a good way. It's just it's going to take, and the risk of injury is high at his level too because he's so strong that the stronger you are going in, the higher the risk of injury, right? Because you're going to try so hard that you're going to go in a bad position and instantly something's going to go
Mhm.
right away.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I mean, oh, what do you think of Adam Silver? Do you think he should start competing again? He's doing all this bodybuilder versus arm wrestler videos and shit. I don't know. Have you seen
Yeah,
him?
I have.
I don't
Do
know if I
you?
want to be alone with Adam though. I heard stories. So
Well, it is what it is.
he seems like a real nice guy though. And you know what?
Yeah.
He's a decent arm wrestler. I've been watching him
Oh yeah, the
and
bodybuilder bully.
yeah, yeah. I don't see him
Do
at
you?
events though. He can go clean house. He can't weigh
I
that
have
much.
I have a question for you. Here's the thing.
Hmm.
Do you? I know that Don Injury sold King of the Table. Do you know if he's still a part of it at all?
I think he is. I think he is
Okay.
because I know the last King of the Table he was heavily involved.
Yeah, but I don't know. He sold it recently though, so I don't know if he's involved anymore. 'Cause
He
I
might
didn't see
have.
him around.
No, maybe if he
I'll
sold it
tell you
outright, he
what though.
probably isn't.
If he sold it, I can see why. There's. I'll be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
Why do they even have East versus West and King of the? I understand what they're trying to do. You don't have to. It
They
can
don't
just be
need to
East
now
versus.
though.
Exactly. It can just be in that. Well, honestly, there's no difference. It's just a smaller. It's just a East
There
versus West
was
smaller
one
event.
before. There was a difference. The King
There
of the
was.
Table
I'm
could
saying
operate,
now.
yeah, outside of Turkey, right?
Yeah.
And
Now
that
it's
was
just East versus
the
West
difference.
again.
Well, see, they could do North America, they could do Dubai, they could do stuff, and East versus West was always in Turkey. So now East versus West is owned and operated from North America. Every other event's going to be in America now. So King of the Table it was almost a bad purchase for whoever bought it.
Yes. Well,
Really?
guess who bought it?
I don't know.
East versus West.
Oh, they bought it, they're going to dissolve it. Then they did it on purpose.
Well, that's what I mean. What's the point of it? They own both now, like
Yeah, they
completely.
did. They're going to dissolve it. I bet you they dissolve it.
Because there's no difference now. It's just a smaller East versus West event.
Yeah, yeah, that makes no sense. It makes no sense that they bought it.
It's yeah. What? Yeah, I'm
That
not even
means they're going to
sure.
dissolve it. That means they are going to dissolve it. That's probably their
And I
intentions.
think what was going on is I see why Don sold it because it was the
What was
last King of the Table was the one that had the terrible like it was good but it was terrible, like it had like all the
yeah,
video and audio issues. Was that the last one?
big time. Yeah, that was the last
Yeah,
one. Yeah. And
yeah,
for something of that level, you can't have screw up. Like, listen, I think they should hire the M Spot to do the events. I think that
yeah,
East versus West should contact Gelder and get those guys doing these. I guarantee you, it'd be fucking amazing. Like
dude.
the
Those guys
production
know
would
what
be
they're
next
doing.
level. Yeah,
Robert Baxter, we need to tell him to contact freaking Gelder.
yeah, exactly. And hopefully he doesn't shoot us in the foot and we don't get like our events and shit. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, hey,
yeah. But
we're
hey,
on that
you
M
know what?
spot
For the
roster,
go,
right? We're on that roster, the M spot. So
yeah, we are. But it's it's yeah, and it's getting big too. Like I said, they got another event on the 23rd of May, and it's going to be pretty good. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's official yet, but I think Jody Williams might be on that card, and I'm going to be there. I think I'm going to be reffing. Um, and then I was trying to make something happen to be able to sponsor the event, but I'm not sure yet. So the event might be sponsored by Through the Fingers podcast. I know Mac 3 is sponsored by Through the Fingers, though, everybody. So yeah. And that's coming up. That's March 8th, right? Is it? That's this weekend. We got Mac 3 this weekend.
oh, it looks like Paul Italia is live right now.
Yeah, on the junk removal shit.
No, this one's Paul
Arm-
Italia has a message for arm wrestling friends live.
Oh, it's probably about the promotion thing. Yeah. Well, okay.
Well,
Well, you know what? When
we'll
we
go
hop
check
off
him
here
out
in a
too.
few minutes, I'll check them out. Yeah. Well, that's
Paul's
cool.
a really nice guy, man.
Paul's a great guy. Listen, he's a great guy. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not, I have a hard time when his eyes are bugging out of his head and he's pulling all intense and he pulled amateurs you know what I mean? Just so intensely. Yeah.
Hey, man, you got to think about this for a second. To be honest with you, when people get into arm wrestling, it takes up a good part of your life, so it becomes such a big thing for you that
It
I know
does.
no one else cares, but you got to make it matter in your head to a certain. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you're
So it's
saying.
like
I
to
know what you're
him,
saying. I agree.
even though it's just winning an amateur thing, there's a lot of people that's all they ever get to do. Like
Well,
that. That's the
he's
furthest
still
they ever go, man.
trying. He's still trying to avoid the pro and do a semi-pro, and he's won like fucking
And you know what? That's fair, man. The gap is huge.
yeah.
Pros.
Not when
You,
you're
you
crushing
really
everybody. Not when you're crushing
do you
everybody.
think he can go and destroy pros? I don't know. Nanya seemed
I
to
think
wipe
to
the
get
floor with him.
better, he needs to, because the thing
Well,
is,
he did with Nanya. He went up against Nanya, and
yeah, that's a
look what
super
happened. So
match.
maybe he's like, okay, I got to go back and kind of, I I can see where you're coming from. I totally can.
I mean, I don't know. I was in it 7 months. I only won one event, my first event, and I went
Hey,
pro
man,
because
I did similar as well, but there's also a lot more people where in the States,
yeah,
right? There's 10 times our
yeah,
population. So it's like everywhere you go, you can go to one tournament, do really good, go to another, do really good. And then the next 10 tournaments you go to, everyone there wipes the floor with you, even in
yeah,
the
yeah.
amateur,
Yeah, I know.
because
Well,
it's
I
different
noticed
pools,
that.
right?
Hey, going from amateur to pro was night and day. But
It
if
is,
I
yeah.
didn't, the longer I waited, it would have been more. I would have been more stagnant, and I
Oh, yeah.
don't think I would think I would have just been dominant, and I wouldn't have learned nearly what you know what I mean.
Totally, totally.
So
And
I
I
mean,
think
I don't know.
he will learn. Maybe it just takes him a little longer.
I don't know because he does really good. So that's what I mean. Like I've watched his semi pros, and his amateurs, and he's crushed everybody.
He looks good. And
So
then, but
at
the
that
things you put him
point,
up against a pro, there's a
but
gap
that's
there.
what, but that's when you get to the point where that's where you need to go pro, right? Like,
That's
like
fair.
I would say if you go to multiple events and you crush everybody, it's okay. Well, you know what? Get
If you're
your
trying to
licks out
build a
of
hype train for yourself, though,
yeah,
and
it's
every
not
time
very
you try to go, you
it's
try to step
amateur.
up, say you're getting beat, but every time you go to do that pro, you're just getting destroyed. It doesn't look good for your hype train. It kind of just
No,
instantly derails your hype
but
train.
it's inevitable anyway. So why not just
Totally, totally.
yeah.
It's just for the social. I totally like if there's no social media, 100%.
Well, sometimes winning
Just
is
go
more
right to the
important
pro.
to people. Some people winning's everything. And you know
Yeah.
what? You truly that thing that Ryan Bowen said about how you need to chase losses till you don't find them. It's kind of the truth in arm wrestling.
You're
Like,
not going to necessarily make money doing that, though. If you want to make money and be a
yeah,
personality and get invited to these big, cool events, you gotta have a hype train,
yeah.
man. You ain't making it without it.
No, it's true. It's true.
And you're not wrong though. You can make a hype train out of pure skill, but guess what? There's only one number one guy.
Yeah, that's right.
So your chance of being that
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit lower than your chance of
Well,
being
I
more of
think
a, you know?
yeah. I think long as you're genuine though, and you're out
Yeah.
there and people know who you are, I think you can get a lot of hype anyway.
Maybe we'll get. Maybe he just needs to find somebody who's a good match for him to really push himself past his limits of like
Yeah,
his technical limitations, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe he
not
needs to come
jump
and
right to
train with the Red
Nanya.
Deer Club. Maybe he needs to come and learn how to
Yeah,
stay tight, get
he
the
would.
tennis ball
He would learn
here,
so
tennis
much at the
ball
Red Deer
here.
Club. Yeah. No, he's a good guy. He was gonna come. Actually, he was busy, but he was gonna
He's a
come
good
to
guy.
the
Like
ci- the
I like him as a person.
yeah, the
He's chill.
City Slicker event. He wanted to come.
Yeah, I would have
He
been
was
cool to meet
busy.
him, man.
I know. It would have been really cool to meet the guy. But well, anyway.
Not everyone can be born with dashing good looks like you, man. Some of us have to.
Yeah, okay, Zach, young buck.
Under this beard, you know, you never know.
I don't know. You shave it, you're like a whole new person. It's
I should
crazy.
shave it, shouldn't I?
Well, it's the time of year. Usually do though. Usually do, and then you grow
Yeah, I
it.
might shave it. I don't know. Maybe tonight.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not a strip of gray, guys. That's blonde. So everyone knows.
Yeah.
My beard is like brown, ginger, and blonde. You can kind of see the ginger in the light here. It's probably some gray in there too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, Mac 3.
Mac 3 in Vegas.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, okay. We got the
Mac 3, IFA Vegas, and World Junior Qualifier all this weekend. Holy shit.
wow. That's a lot. And then Winter Blast too is this weekend, isn't it? No, that's next week, the following weekend.
Dude, there's some crazy stuff going on. I mean, I wanted
wish
to
we were
kind of
going to
cover
Winter
Mac,
Blast.
but it's hard to cover Mac because there's so
Well, I agree.
much. But there's some crazy matches. I mean,
Mac has got some good matches coming up. Auden and Artem, I'm so curious on that
that's what I
one.
was gonna say. See, is that the main event?
I would think.
It should be.
I would think so. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'd like to do a poll right now, Artem or Auden, because I'm split. I see.
Okay, let's be straight up. This is
This is
a
Mac
good
rules, though.
match.
This is Mac
This is
rules.
a good match. People think this might not be. This is a good match, man.
I think it's a crazy match, but I think that the Mac rules favor Artem.
Think about this for 10 seconds, okay? Artem's very good. He's number one in North America. A lot of people forget that.
Left-handed. Left-handed.
Yeah, totally. But you're number one in North America. Remember that. That's a big deal. He's
Yeah.
been at high level competitions. He excels at them. He does very well. He's a very dedicated athlete, right?
Yeah.
The big thing you really gotta think is Auden himself is leveling up at a rate that most people like.
Yeah.
Who knows why? But that guy's potential is so insane. Probably from his dad. I don't know. Could
Well,
be.
and because he trains all day, every day,
He
like
trains all day, every day.
5 hours a day.
I'll tell you what. From
Yeah.
everything I've heard and what I've seen, this is where Artem is. Okay.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard and seen recently, Auden is somewhere in here.
No, I know.
Not for sure. That if it's here, Artem might be able to flash him 3 times. But if it's even just under, oh dude, it's gonna be crazy. And there's a chance if it's above, he's gonna
Okay, let me
this
throw
is a
something
match,
at you,
man.
though. I gotta throw something at you though. Okay, so normal rules, normal table. Who do you got?
Artem's relentless. He has a nasty double hit. He's good at hitting without his hand. He trained with Godzilla for side control.
Yeah, he's got a
He's
second
been around
hit.
the block, man, and he knows what he's doing. Like this,
Oh yeah.
I give Artem the advantage.
I give Artem the advantage on both styles. So
Yeah, I
that's-
give him
my
the
point
advantage.
was in case you've seen it different. I see Auden having more of a chance if it was.
I can see Autumn winning it. It's just,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a 53,
No, I know what you
47
mean.
for me.
I'm
It's
the same way.
close.
I'm the same way, but I can see Auden actually winning it if it was a normal rules, normal table, but only because of certain factors. But even then, it's tough because Artem really fucks her. He won't take a shitty grip. Like Artem's really technical.
And here's where you got to
setup.
realize, man, because here's the thing, man. I'm pretty sure Artem said he pulled with Yoshi Kanai or something once, and maybe it wasn't Yoshi Kanai. Anyway, what Auden did to Yoshi Kanai was what Yoshinobu Kanai was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like there's a chance Auden just blow. Like, there's a good chance Auden does just blow him away. Like it's crazy,
All
dude.
about the
It's
hand.
crazy.
It's all about if Artem can crack Artem's pronation. But you got to look at Mac rules. Close your thumbs, close your fingers. No fuckery. No being able to, get up. You know what I mean? Get your shit.
Yeah, but
if
you
watch
can get
Auden, he's very fucking kind of tricky. Did I lose you? Oh, we were into it, and I think I lost Zach. I don't know. Give him a minute to come back. Yeah, no, it is anybody's game though. Auden wins. Well, yeah, I'm rooting for Auden, of course, but I don't know. Under Mac rules, I think close your thumbs, close your fingers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's very, very close. It was the Korea, not Yoshi Kanai. It was the Korean Hulk. I think that you're right. I think Zach had that one off. Yeah, I think it was the Korean Hulk. Yeah. But afterwards, Korean Hulk was smoking people in the afterpool and shit too. So, but that was something to do with levers. Auden had like 4.5 inches on like a longer arm, fingertip to elbow, and Auden just really capitalized on being able to take the hand because of the lever disadvantage. But yeah, John Brzink's facing Yoshi Kanai. Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm worried about John in that match for endurance reasons. I think John. I mean, I think he's probably going to be better. I see him winning the first round or two. But if Yoshi pulls off that Kings and John doesn't like just have the hole to beat it, I'm worried about John getting tired in that match. So it'll be interesting. And I think Zach's phone died, so I think he's gone. So you know what? I won't bore everybody with my blabber, but lots of shit going on this weekend. We're going to be going live on Sunday, Saturday. You know what? I might hop on. I might do a watch along with Mac 3. You know, I think I should actually. I mean, it is sponsored by Through the Fingers, so I should be at least involved watching it. I can't be there. So, but I want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Love having you guys. I love the chat being big as it is because it's nice just being able to have more ideas, more opinions and shit. So next week, Tuesday, we got Jerry Kederet on the show. He's I'm a huge fan. Like I watched him before I even started arm wrestling. So it means a lot to me to have Jerry on. So that's going to be awesome. We had Justin on the other night. I thought that was amazing. What a guy Justin is. I'm trying to get him on again too. So we're just going to go through the list, keep getting people. And, Dion is doing an event. Dion is not doing an event in Alberta, but we are planning a massive event this summer, probably at the Bellick Ranch. And it's going to be huge. We'll do a big camp out. People can bring their trailers. It'll be all set up. I'll get some outhouses brought in. It's going to be amazing. So, but anyway, yeah, that's to be announced. I'll know more in April about that. So, but anyway, okay, thanks everybody. Have a good night. And if Paul's on, go check out Paul Italia. I'm gonna go check him out. He hasn't done a pod like an arm wrestling conversation in a while. It's been all this junk shit, which I don't really care for. So, but anyway,